Hello and welcome to the review of my first consultation. As we can see, there are many factors that we can't control with my client. For example, his age, I cannot change this. His medical conditions, I can't change either. And whether he is gender, because I can't change if he's a male or a female. However, there are many factors that I can control, such as his components of fitness and how much contribution he does towards these. For example, this includes the aerobic fitness and amount of time and how well he develops his skill and how much he drinks. I can also suggest improvements on this, and I can also suggest improvements on his sleep and stress, and I'm able to control those through this. As we can see his heart rate check. The individual's heart rate, resting heart rate, is 103 beats per minute, which is pretty high if we look in this this chart here. So for average for an 18 to 25 year old, it's supposed to be 72 or 73. However, my individual is very below average and poor. So that's one key part we'll have to focus on, which is most likely to do with his aerobic fitness and the amount he drinks, which will be changing throughout this health questionnaire. We then move on to his lung function, and as we see over here, it says take 1 to 520, take 3 530, and take 4 540, and that comes out as an average as 530. And for an 18-year-old, this is around average actually. This is like average, so he's doing rather well on that. His health and weight check. This is slightly merging into the overweight if we look at the chart here, as this little dot here shows his height and his weight along here. This might be due to drinking too much or eating unhealthy food. His blood pressure check and tension also shows that there is a slight problem. His systolic is quite high and goes into the high blood pressure area. However, his diastolic is perfectly fine and is actually good and ideal. And if we compare this to the average and ideal blood pressure, it should be 120 to 80 or around that. His waist to hip ratio also shows a moderate, perfectly fine waist to hip ratio. If we look at this chart, he's 0.82, which fits perfectly in the moderate. And then we move on to his fitness test evaluation. So there's a couple of strengths with the waist to hip ratio. It was a moderate waist to hip ratio. Strength of that is a healthy measurement. However, there's areas for improvement. It could be this could be slightly cut down on. This might be due to eating too much food, and this will then help to lose a bit more, some weight, and slim down a bit. For the heart rate test, there weren't any strengths, as it was rather high, and the areas improvement, it was 103 beats per minute, which is very high at the age of 18. This could be because of drinking and too much and not enough aerobic exercise. So for an improvement, I suggest he should drink less alcohol and drink more water, and do more aerobic exercise such as running, cycling, or anything along those type of lines. For the blood pressure check, the diastolic measure is very good and is seen as the ideal measurement. However, has a rather high systolic measurement, which could be brought down by more aerobic exercise, so it frees up the veins and vessels and everything, and gets rid of all the fatty substances that may be built up there. And then for the body mass index, there weren't any strengths either, as he was slightly merging into the overweight, and we wouldn't want to count that as a strength. So the area improvement, it would be as the athlete wants to lose some weight, they seem to be merging in the overweight column. This could be improved by exercising more aerobically and less weight. As they say, they want to build more muscle. However, if they want to do this, they should probably focus on their body mass index first, and they could also eat less sugary substances, drink more water, and just each morning get up 30 minutes early, just go on a slight run. The peak flow test has a few strengths. The average score of 520. This is very medium score and it seems to be healthy. And if they wanted to, they were able to improve this through aerobic exercise. We then move on to the evaluation of the health questionnaire. The goals are very realistic and achievable goals with concentration on the right applied fitness and gym work and nutritional and everything. They will easily be able to improve these or reach these goals. However, for the areas of improvement, they should be able to improve the flexibility, as they see this as only a 3 for important. However, this may be important for the individual, as it's seen, he has said that they play rugby. He needs flexibility to be able to bend over and scrum, and this will improve his performance within this sport. His physical activity is rather good as well. He plays rugby often and goes to the gym. He does this about 2 to 3 times, and rugby about every weekend or training throughout the week as well. This keeps him very active and is rather intense, so he's getting a very good amount of exercise. However, he could possibly start doing more aerobic exercises, as he only does weightlifting. This will improve his overall health and get rid of all the problems that I've already listed. His nutrition is rather good, except his drinking, as he eats an all-around diet. However, he also doesn't eat breakfast, which is the most important meal, and it gives him the most energy throughout the day. And he drinks too much also, so he drinks about 7 to 9 litres per week. Not litres, drinks per week, which is probably increasing that, increasing his blood pressure and everything, and also putting more weight on for him. And one of the goals that he wanted was to lose weight and build more muscle, so this was sort of pushing him back. So I advise that he changes this to water instead, and this will just easily make him much more healthy. His physical health is perfectly fine. There are no movements which are painful, and he's able to do any exercise given to him. And the recommendation for this is that he should continue doing the therapy exercise to improve his ability in these issued areas, as he has a few issues, and he's also seeing therapy to get this sorted. And then for the medical history, there's no strengths or areas of improvement, as he is perfectly healthy and has no medical issues. There are 3 main improvements. To start with is dietary. It's clear to see that individual misses out a key meal of the day, which is breakfast. If the individual does not have time, they could possibly wake up earlier or take breakfast snacks with them. I recommend breakfast biscuits or a shake, which includes a variety of fruits. This could include porridge sachets, mixed with a mix of variety of fruits, just to go on the way, just to go to work or on the way to college or so. The individual could also stay up a bit later at night, such as to prepare the food the next day, so they have a meal actually with them to take to work, which they can eat. And this means they won't have to get up early or anything. They can get up at the same time which they need. Another nutritional improvement that they should make is cutting down on drinking. As I've said, they normally drink 1 to 2 drinks per night, and that's over 10 a week. This unhealthy should be replaced with water or something much healthier, as a healthy shake or so. This could include fruits and everything. The individual should also be aiming to drink 2 to 5 litres each day of water, which I do not think they're reaching at the moment. The second improvement which they could do is physical activity to reduce the systolic blood pressure. This can be done through exercising more aerobic exercise. So another improvement is the physical, This will reduce the weight also, as the client is seen to be merging into the overweight side. This will bring this down and will help them with their goals, such as achieving weight loss. This is a perfect way, such as a 30-minute jog every 3 to 4 days. This means they should be getting up a bit early or just going out after work or college just for a 30-minute run every single day and keep them active. And instead of getting the public transport or so, maybe walk to college if that's possible, or walk to more places instead of asking for a lift. To do this, I would reduce the amount of drinking also, which will improve their physical activity to reduce the systolic blood pressure, and this should be replaced with water or non-alcoholic beverages. Another improvement I think my client could focus on is their lifestyle, such as their stress and the amount of sleep that they are getting. This may involve him working less hours, or working through day shifts on the weekend, so he's not getting to bed late and he's able to let his body recover. This means that they'll get more sleep and allow that. With the help of stress, maybe the individual should also see a counsellor and management. This could be from a tutor at college or the counsellors at college, which will suggest a suitable timetable so they're able to plan out work, meals such as the breakfast that they're skipping, and other related things which will improve their physical activity and their overall mental health. And that is the end of my client's health questionnaire.